Welcome to Choosing Adoption. I'm Donna Pope, and this podcast supports expectant parents considering adoption and birth parents after placement. Through real stories and guidance shared with clarity, faith, and compassion, we will connect you with others who offer their insights and experiences that will empower you and provide you support. Welcome. Hi, this is Donna, and I'm here with Angel, and we're also very honored to have Laraine here with us as well. And Laraine, were you her case manager, or you just worked with her?
I was her social worker, and so we became very well acquainted with each other. Her case manager was Jamie, and so we worked with Angel at home, and then we worked with her also when she arrived in Utah.
Okay. So Angel, can you just tell us a little bit about your story? You don't have to get dates exactly right, but just tell us when you decided to do an adoption, how it all went. Tell us your story.
It basically came to problems in my marriage where the baby was causing problems and I was too far along to have an abortion. And so I emailed 2 different adoption agencies, and they were the first ones to get back to me. And then we just had a couple of phone calls to get all the information done, and seeing how quick they were in processing everything and being supportive. That's what made me physically choose their agency.
Okay. And where were you at?
Hawaii.
You were in Hawaii. How fun. And so as you talked with them a little bit, you sort of decided on a plan. Tell me how that plan sort of evolved.
Originally, we planned on to have the adoption parents come here for when I gave birth. But then the adoption agency, because with the complications that was going on with my marriage, was worried that I wouldn't get the support I needed physically and mentally being here. And to give me space away from the complications I was having, they offered for me to come there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically how I ended up.
Did you feel the same way? Did you feel any pressure to come, or did you feel like that was a good thing?
I didn't feel any pressure. It was all up to me. One time we scheduled a plane ticket, and then I just backed out because I was too scared, and they were fine with it. And then I was like, you know what, let's do it. And then they booked the tickets, and we're good to go.
How did your husband feel about that?
I mean, he wasn't really involved with the whole process. It was just me doing it by myself.
Mm-hmm. So when you thought about that, did you kind of think, well, maybe it would be helpful to have a little more support?
When I got to Utah, the one person I wanted there was my dad, and I was talking to them about it, and they made it happen. They helped cover his cost to get him down there, to be able to be there to support me. So being in Utah really helped, because there was no way I could have gotten my dad here.
Where was your dad at?
He's in Arkansas.
So he could come over too, and he wouldn't have been able to go to Hawaii. And so how was it when you were here?
It was fun. I got so close with the family. I got so close with them. Everybody was just so supportive. And I just felt felt spoiled. I got spoiled by everybody.
And Donna, she was matched, she was matched with the Utah family. So she got to go through the remainder of her pregnancy with, one-on-one with that family. They were at doctor's appointments. They were at all kinds of, you guys did all kinds of events, Angel, things that we didn't even know about. She and adoptive mom were out and about, and they were doing all kinds of things, and we'd hear about them. And Angel said, oh, we did this. Oh, we did this. And it just gave the opportunity for her to, of course, really bond with the family who was going to adopt baby. And they all became, Angel, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
They became a family. Angel and the family Angel became part of their family.
Became really close. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long were you in Utah?
Almost 2 months. Okay. I got there in the beginning of January.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember when, but I believe it's almost 2 months.
Uh-huh. And so why did you choose this family? What made you decide on this family?
Seeing that they already had a daughter and they wanted another kid, and then the amount of years they had where they kept miscarrying, and they were Mormon, and I grew up as a Mormon as well. And so that kind of helped me lean towards it. So that's basically, I saw that they already had a kid, which I don't care if they already have a kid or not. But it was more the fact that they were trying for so long, for I believe it was 5 years, and they just couldn't conceive. And that really touched me.
So that's interesting because not that but you may have had you known a little earlier, you may have done an abortion. And so you didn't. And then you watched this family get this baby. How was that for you?
Seeing them interact with the baby. Well, when I first saw the baby, I cried, which I have a daughter of my own, and I don't really remember that because I hemorrhaged. And so with this baby, it was weird because like I could remember everything. I was awake. I was aware of my surroundings and the situation, and I just cried when I saw her. And seeing how caring they were over her, but they were also still making sure they were taking care of me, making sure I was getting food, making sure I was able to get up to the bathroom. It was amazing because it just made it stick out to me more that they're not here just for the baby. They're here to support me as well.
Right. So when the baby was delivered, that's kind of a challenging time, being there in the hospital, having the baby, and then actually placing the baby for adoption. Tell me about that.
I was more worried about how comfortable I would have been with the husband of the mom being in the room. But he was like, I'm not going to be in the room just so you're comfortable. I don't want to put you in that position. So having his wife just sit there and help me through the breathing and pushing and just tell me I'm doing great. It was, I didn't really have that with my firstborn. And so it was amazing. So I'm like, I've never had this much support before. I don't know. It was weird.
You're very sweet. You've lived much of your life not having a lot of support, haven't you? So your husband was the father of the baby.
No, when I got pregnant, me and him were in an open relationship. And when I was seeing this other guy, I ended up pregnant, which made us close our relationship because it was just too much.
Yeah. And so how did he feel? Because he would have been the legal father of the baby. And then, of course, there would have been this biological father. Did they want to be involved, or how did that work?
At first, we didn't know whose it was. But then looking at around the conception dates and stuff, we figured out who it was. And my husband was at first like, we'll put him on child support, and as long as he's helping with the baby, we'll take care of the baby. And then I don't really know what happened, but he kept changing his mind to, if you don't get rid of the baby, I'm going to leave. So that's what came up to the adoption. Well, first the abortion, then adoption. The biological father, at first he wanted me to get an abortion, but then he was like, he wants me to keep it. And then he wanted me to leave my husband for him. But the problem with the biological father was he was an alcoholic, and he kept trying to kill himself a lot. And I just didn't think that would be the safest position for the baby.
So when you told him about the adoption, what did he say?
My husband was happy that I got something in place, but the biological father, he really didn't want anything to do with me nor the baby. So he could have cared less. He started caring until when it got to like the end, like to when the baby was born and what the baby was going to go through.
And so he want to have you parent at that point, or what?
I'm not really sure. I didn't really keep contact with him during the pregnancy because of the way he treated me and the way he talked to me. It just wasn't good for my mental health or me worrying about it and putting that stress on the baby. And like even with the adoption agency, when they try to contact him, he would go off on them, cussing them out and stuff. So I couldn't really tell you how he felt about it. Yeah. I had to keep my distance from him.
And so he knew you were in Utah?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And you guys tried to contact him?
Well, we did contact him, and he did sign what we needed him to sign. So he knew the adoption was taking place, and he wasn't in a position to care for her, to care for the baby. of course, hadn't done anything for Angel during the pregnancy. He was really in a bad spot himself. He was in Florida. Angel was in Hawaii. And we reached out to him, and he did what we needed him to do. And he knew all about the adoption, and he signed what he needed to sign. Mm-hmm. And then we worked with her husband in Hawaii. He signed what he needed to sign. And our goal was to let, of course, the potential fathers know what was taking place. And Angel didn't keep anything secret. And both fathers were involved. Our goal was then to give Angel the majority of support where we thought she best received that support. It wasn't going to come from Florida. It wasn't going to come from where her dad was in Arkansas. Because do you remember, Angel, when we talked about you going to Arkansas? And finally, you decided, you know what? I don't know how that's going to work out there. And it was just trying to find this young woman the best place with the most support possible. And at whatever point, whether she was 3 months before delivery, 2 months, 6 weeks, I just kept saying, we'll take care of the potential fathers. Your goal here is to take care of baby, bond with the family. And when I need your intervention, she would intervene.
And how was that for you, Angel?
I had fun. Like with everything. The whole process, they just made it fun. And then with the family, it was just nothing but fun.
Yeah. Okay, so in the hospital, you had the baby. The adoptive mom was there. That was really nice. Was your dad there?
No, stuff came up personal with my dad, and he had to leave early.
Mm. Was that a little disappointing for you?
With the personal stuff that came up, no.
No. Okay. All right. Very good. So you had the baby, you see the baby. It was fun. You watched the family connect with the baby. When it came time for you to sign the papers, tell me about that.
I guess a lot of people would probably say that it was difficult, but it was honestly easy because I knew what family she was going into, and I've bonded with them, and we've spent a lot of time together. And with the adoption agency, I trusted them. They were nothing but supportive, so it was pretty easy just signing the papers.
And you just did it and you were done.
And I went back to the hotel and reunited with my daughter. Yeah. Because she was with me in Utah.
How is she doing?
She's doing good.
And so how was that for you talking with her? How old was she at the time the baby was born?
She was 2.
Yeah, so she's a little young to understand anything then, but you tried to talk with her a little bit about it.
Yeah, we have pictures of her around the house, and she knows that's her sister. She knows that's baby. Mm-hmm. And we just remind her that you have a sister, and whenever she's old enough to fully understand, we'll explain it more to her.
So tell me about your relationship with the adoptive family now.
I would say we're still close. I just feel bad for texting her every day, asking for pictures, because they personally gave me their number. They're like, you can call me, FaceTime me, any day. It doesn't matter. If you want pictures of her every day, that's fine. But I just feel bad if I do.
You don't want to pester them, do you?
Yeah, I just keep my distance, and I'll text them here and there, check up on them. And they'll send pictures. And she's just growing up so fast.
She's so cute, Angel.
Well, how could she not be?
So adorable. She has Angel's cheeks. Those big cheekbones.
So if you were to give advice to other women considering this, they're faced with this situation. It's not working out with the birth father. You're not sure what to do. What advice would you give them?
Don't let anybody discourage how you feel or what's necessary that needs to happen in order for you to be okay mentally and physically, and the baby physically and mentally, because the baby, it takes a lot from your mental health and your physical health. And if you need help, it's okay to reach out for help.
Did you feel like it was okay that, they helped you with a hotel and helped you with some finances to kind of get you back on your feet?
I typically don't like taking money from people. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really want to, but at that point in time I had to, and I needed to. Mm-hmm. So it was a lot of help because I also had my daughter, And like I said, me and my husband were going through things, so he wasn't really helping out. So with their support, with the hotel and the money, it was really helpful.
And so you got some help even afterwards when you went back to Hawaii? Tell me about that.
The only thing I got was for the finished adoption process.
Mm-hmm. And so got some housing. Did you get an apartment and stuff?
No, me and my husband already had a house.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Mm.
So that was okay. They sort of made a plan with you to try to help you. Did you ever at any point feel like, oh, I sold my baby? Did you ever feel like that?
I just didn't feel that way.
So women that are in your situation, sometimes it's hard. And sometimes they've got a lot of big decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
What helped you the most in making a good plan?
Making sure that this baby can grow up and have a good life and be successful in life and get farther than I did.
Yeah. Do you think that you have, I'm going to be really blunt, do you think you have the right to make that decision and go wherever you want to go and get the help you need? Do you feel like that's your right?
To get help for myself, yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other advice that you would give agencies or people that are kind of encouraging agencies to do really good? What advice would you give to agencies to be as good to birth moms as they could?
Just be supportive. Don't try to force it like with money. Don't try to force it with all the good things. You also have to point out like there will be negative things, like the feelings of what if this doesn't work, or what if this happens, or what if I regret getting rid of my baby. It's like you just got to be supportive and let them know that there's going to be good and bad times. Yeah. And it's not all about money. It's not something that's easy that's done. I feel like that's why I did so well with them, is because it wasn't about the money. It was never anything. They were honest about it's going to be hard, and it's also going to be easy. And I feel like that's what really helped me.
Yeah. Angel, thank you so much for visiting with us. The thing that I think warms my heart the most with you is when you were receiving this support, when you were getting the help, it was a little bit uncomfortable to you. You are not used to having support and help.
Mm-hmm.
You're used to kind of being on your own.
There's one thing I had to get over with the adoption family that adopted the babies. They have a lot of family. And they would come over and see me, and they'd give me things, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's just so much.
Uh-huh.
And like, when I gave birth in the hospital, like, I wasn't expecting anything, but they came in giving gifts, and to this day I still wear the 2 necklaces that the husband's mom and dad got me, and then the mom's mom got me.
And how are you doing now?
I'm doing good. Just got to get through another pregnancy now.
Oh, are you pregnant?
Yes.
What is your plans with that?
We're going to keep this one.
This one is her husband's.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are doing good?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Your daughter's going to be excited, isn't she?
I think what Angel wasn't prepared for, and I don't know that any birth mom was the amount of love that she was indoctrinated with. She just certainly wasn't prepared for, and it was the amount of love that came from every corner. She just could never have imagined how engulfing that would be, and what tears of joy that would bring. And it made her so happy. She just almost didn't know how to handle that amount of love that
she's not used to it.
No.
So, Angel, I'm going to do one more question, then we'll let you go. This one's a tough one. It's tough. You have your daughter, and now you're pregnant, going to have another little girl, and then you place the baby. Imagine, I don't know, 12 years, 16 years from now, if that child came and said, Mom, why did you place me for adoption?
I'd be honest. Explain to her like the situation where we was at and her biological father's situation, and then also my husband's side of the situation. I'm not gonna lie to her. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just gonna be honest. She's old enough to understand it, and if she's ready and capable of handling it, the truth, then I'll tell her. And I hope she can understand, and I hope she forgives me, but I'll let her come when she's ready.
What if she said, you didn't love me?
All I can do is try to show her that I do if she wants me involved. I can't just tell her I do love her and she'll believe me. That's not how that works.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time. It won't be easy, but patience is the key.
Yeah. Laraine, do you have anything final you want to say?
I think I would wrap up that last question, Donna, with, when we families go through education, and this family that adopted Angel's baby girl is going to teach her all about this amount of love. They're going to already indoctrinate her with her birth mama's love that she had for her. She'll have a great understanding so that the day that she gets to connect with Angel and her older sister and her younger sister, her own parents, this little girl's parents, are going to have her well prepared so that when they all meet, she will have her own ammunition to say, I'm so grateful for my mom and dad, Angel. I'm so grateful for the home that I grew up in. And I'm so grateful for the family you placed me with. And I'm so grateful that your life is as good as it is now. And I know my family was part of that. That is the goal as you all continue to grow in adoption. Because the journey continues. This isn't it.
No,
right?
It's not
Right.
it.
The journey's just started.
Thank you both. Thank you both. Angel, thank you so much. Talk to
Angel, I'll be in touch. I can't wait to catch up. We have lots to talk about.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, sweetie.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for being part of Choosing Adoption. I'm Donna Pope. You and your story matter. Visit choosingadoption.com to find resources, community, and encouragement for your unique journey. You are not alone. We are in this with you.